Let's pay homage to the lineage gurus. Homage to the Venerable Monk Liao Ming. Homage to Master Sakya Tsung. Homage to His Holiness the 16th Karmapa. And homage to Master Dupton Georgie. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of the group practice tonight, Padma Kumara. Sumo Tanzen Katso Duten Siti Duten Kama. All Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma lecturers, Dharma teachers, Dharma instructors, Dharma tutors, temple and center directors, all disciples present here and over the internet. Good evening, everyone. How do you do?
아이스테르 사랑해 오라미코 게게노무죠 스코인 이지방 김어지 주미 야비 뿌린뿌린 건강와
Tonight we practice Padma Kumara. And usually Padma Kumara wears white. Wears white robe. And all of you are also wearing white. Actually, there are many colors for Padma Kumara. In the future, you wear whatever you like. It's free. You have more freedom because they have many different colors, so you can wear any colors. Why do you have to wear white? Therefore, we know for purification, it's specified to wear white or to use white. For enrichment, it's yellow. For subjugation, according to the procedure, it's blue. And for love and respect and magnetization, it's red. So, other than purification, magnetization, subjugation, and enrichment, which specify definite colors, but other Buddhas and Bodhisattvas do not have specified color except for specific purpose. So in Tantric Buddhism, according to the practice procedure, you can wear any colors. And if it's for purification, like Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva is to eradicate calamities, that's why you wear white. And Padma Kumara, you can wear any colors. In the future, you can wear whatever colors you like. Because Padma Kumara can also do enrichment, subjugation, magnetization, everything.
这个笑话好像是讲过了。
I think I have told this joke before.
买了一台可以自动侦测寻
I
找
bought
垃圾的扫地的
an auto detect
人现在
robot
叫 AI
robot or AI
有的叫 robot
robot or AI device
robot
that can detect
robot
rubbish automatically. It's English robot.
我就记 robot 厨房主都在笑。
Yeah,
robot
it
是机器
sounds
人啊。
robot.
没想到拿回家以后啊，
But little did I know that after I start the robot
这个机
and
器
turn
人
it on,
老是跟着主人
and it
走，
just keep following the owner everywhere.
这个主人走到哪里，它就跟到哪里。
Wherever he goes, the robot follows.
原来这个主人啊，
So it turned out the owner was a
就是
garbage.
主人本身就是垃圾啊。
So he's a garbage. He's a drag.
这个好像也是讲过了。
I think I've told
今
this
天
joke
去
too.
上健身课，
Today I went to the
用哪个器
to the
材
gym
能
and
够
I
让
asked the
女生
trainer,
对我
so
产
which
生
machine
好感？
should I use so that woman likes me?
教练指着外面讲，
And the trainer
门口
pointed
那台
to a machine right there at the door, the ATM
用那个
ATM machine would attract women easier.
“有一天，
One
妈妈
day,
对
Mom
这个很胖的姐姐讲，
told the really chubby sister,
就很胖
"It's
的姐
time
姐
for
说
you to bathe."
很胖的这个
And
姐
she
姐
said,
竟然
"Okay."
一睡又出来，
And then she went into the
接着
bathroom and came back out and told Mom,
洗澡水没放好，就放
"But the
了
bath water is only half filled."
这时候啊，这个小明弟弟
So
就讲，
the younger brother said,
没关系呀、
"It's okay.
你只要一坐下去就
As soon as you get into it, it'll be full."
我记得有一个这个
I remember
学有一个阿基米德原理，阿基米德，他就是在洗澡
Artemisia, a physicist
想出这个道理出来。
who thought of this when he was in a bath.
知道阿基米德原理吗？啊，
Do you know? The Artemis.
有两个女明星在斗嘴
Two
，A 的女明星
female stars were
在台上唱歌的时候，
were talking to each
台
other,
下的
and
观
one
众丢上来的
was
花
saying that
都可以
when
让
I'm on the
开
stage,
一间花店，
the flowers that the audience threw to me
很容
is
易。
would be enough to open a florist
这个以
shop.
B 的女明星也不甘示弱，
And the other star
那有什么了不起呢？
didn't
我
want
在
to
台上唱歌
take
的时
down
候
and
啊，
said,
台下
"What's the
观
big deal
众
about that?
丢上来
When
的
I'm
砖
singing
块
on the stage, the bricks that being
都可以
thrown at
让我盖一
me
间房子。
by the audience would be enough to build a house."
哎，丢上来的砖块可以盖一间房子，
The bricks that's being
也不
thrown
错。
then being thrown to the stage would be enough to build a house. That wouldn't be so bad.
我们进入主题。
Now we'll do a
马来
Q&A.
西亚
Question from
莲花
Malaysia.
方明问的
Lian Hua Fan Ming.
尊贵的师尊你好，是师尊
Your
佛安。
precious
希
Grandmaster, how
望
do you
请教
do?
师尊一些问题，
I would like to ask you a few
两
questions.
个问题吧，一些问
Two
题。
questions.
师尊在讲《心经》，
When
色即
Grandmaster
是空，
discussed
空即是色，
the Heart Sutra
开示
about
道
form is emptiness and emptiness is
色跟
form,
空
you
是
said
不二的，而
that
不是两
form
个
is
东
not
西。
different from emptiness.
一切的存
They are
在
not two
全部
things.
从空里
All
面
existences
来的，
come from
所以一切
emptiness.
的存在
Therefore, all existences will also
这
become
就是
emptiness.
四句，色不异空，
So this is encapsulated in the phrase form is no different from emptiness and emptiness is no different from form and form is emptiness and emptiness is form.
西方极乐世界是无量光、无量
And
寿。
Grandmaster also mentioned that
于
the
弟子的理
Sukhavati
解是
is with
西
the
方极乐世界
infinite
是
life
阿
and
弥陀
infinite
佛
light.
幻化出
And
来的
based on
境
what I know is that Sukhavati was
将
manifested
其
by
类
Amitabha
归
Buddha.
于色，
It's
或许这个
considered to
归
be
类
form.
至少应用在凡
So
圣
perhaps this
根据
classification
心经的解释
is for
色
the
是
lowest
否有
level,
走
the
向
mixed
空呢？
land of
如
sages
果
and
是
many
的话
beings.
为什么
So
还
will it become
拥有
emptiness?
无量光跟无量寿？
If it is, then how come it has infinite light and infinite
无量
life?
光、无量寿
Infinite
是
light
阿弥陀
and
佛身
infinite
上
life are on Amitabha Buddha's body.
也是西方极乐世界所有的众生
Also,
在修持成就
all
以后，
inhabitants of
他一
Sukhavati,
样有无量光、无量寿。
after they have attainments from their cultivation there, would also gain infinite light and infinite life.
当然，
So Amitabha's Pure Land, of course,
这个西方极乐世界16观、16种观想，
the 16 visualizations of Sukhavati
无量寿经
in the Sutra of Infinite Life and in the Amitabha Sutra,
西方极乐世界是
it is
幻化出
correct
来，
that Sukhavati
所有的净土
was
都是幻
manifested.
化出来。
All Pure Lands
这个
are
在《莲摩诘
manifestations.
经》里面有讲到。
It is mentioned in the Vimalakirti Sutra.
当你成就了佛，
When you have attained
你
Buddhahood
自己修行，
through spiritual cultivation, cultivating the 37 aids to enlightenment, the 4 mindfulness, 4 right exertions, 4 transcendent travel, 5 roots, 5 powers, 7 branches of realizations, the Eightfold Noble Path.
成就以后，你会有
After
无量光
you
无量寿。
attain them, then you would gain infinite light and
那
infinite
完胜
life.
同居图
And in the mixed pure land of both mundane beings and sages,
也有
include mundane
佛在
beings,
里面，
and it also
我们这个
includes
娑婆世界
Buddhas.
人
And in our Saha world, the human world is a combo land. Combo.
这个娑婆世
combination
界也有佛啊。
Because there are Buddhas too in the Saha world.
释迦牟尼佛不是以前也住过娑婆世界吗？
Sakyamuni Buddha was living in the Saha world, so therefore the Buddha exists.
多宝佛、释迦牟尼佛、
Many jewels
释迦
Buddha,
牟尼佛、
uh,
弥勒佛、阿初佛、阿弥陀佛
Sakyamuni Buddha, Maitreya
都住过
Buddha,
娑婆世
Amitabha
界
Buddha, all have lived in the Saha world.
就是有
The countless
有
Buddhas,
娑婆世界，
Akshobha
但
Buddha.
等于也
That's
没
why
有娑婆世界。
So
娑婆世界
we
也是
have
一个
the
化
Saha world, but it's also the same as we don't have the Saha world. Even the Saha world is a manifested world. In the future, I will explain that more clearly. So it has infinite light and infinite life, and that is Amitabha Buddha. Of course, Amitabha Buddha in Sukhavati, the pure land of Amitabha Buddha. Because he's there, of course there's infinite light and infinite life there. But it's not manifested by you, but they are manifested by Amitabha Buddha. Therefore, in Sukhavati, there are infinite light and infinite life, which were manifested by Amitabha Buddha. If you have attained the attainment, or you have become Amitabha Buddha, then you would also have infinite light and infinite life. So this is what's called seeing the Buddha. We transcend life and death. Like the Buddha, we deliver all. So you can transcend life and death. So once you reach Sukhavati, you should not worry. There's no need to worry about not becoming Buddha. You have seen the Buddha, and by hearing the graceful, harmonious sound, you would naturally be mindful of the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, and to practice the 37 aids to enlightenment. And therefore, in the future, you would become Buddhas. And by becoming Buddhas, of course, you would have infinite light and infinite life. So that's the reasons for having infinite light and infinite life. Don't think that the infinite light and infinite life were illusory or manifestations, but they are Amitabha Buddhas. So infinite light is Amitabha Buddha. Infinite life is also Amitabha Buddha's other names. Second question. In our practice of the Vajra Bodhisattva Dharma, we would chant the generate bodhicitta. Your disciple, lotus so and so, from now on, take refuge in the lineage root guru and the three jewels until in bodhi or enlightenment and non-regressing. And all major and big are dedicated to sentient beings to attain Buddhahood. So all the big and small, major and minuscule good deeds are dedicated to all sentient beings to aid us to swiftly attain Buddhahood. Why? Let me tell you all, in Saha world, there is a name, a term called non-action. What it means is we don't ask for anything. But for your own sake. Well, actually, it should not be for your sake, but for sentient beings. A true spiritual cultivator in the Saha world is for sentient beings, for the sake of sentient beings. And therefore, you dedicate the merit to the sentient beings. And the question, why do we need to dedicate the merit of big and small to sentient beings? If you dedicate it to yourself, then there would be action or with expectation, because that's for yourself. But as a bodhisattva, it's for sentient beings and never for yourself. if you are for yourself or for your own sake, then you're just a mundane being. But if it is for the sake of sentient beings, then you are a sage. And only this is called a bodhisattva. To become a bodhisattva, you need to dedicate any good deeds, big and small. Actually, not just good deeds, any practices that you do, you dedicate to sentient beings and never for yourself. And then that is bodhisattva. And non-phenomena, non-action, non-action means not for yourself. And wu-wei, non-action too. So whatever you do is not for yourself. You don't intentionally do something to improve the fruition of your bodhisattvahood or Buddhahood. No. You just help sentient beings. And you dedicate to sentient beings. Dedicate the merits to sentient beings. Then this would swiftly aid you to attain Buddhahood. If you dedicate the merit to yourself, that's a selfish act. And how can you attain Buddhahood then? Because you're very selfish. Humans are all selfish. Humans are very selfish. Because they are mundane beings. They don't recognize that the world is just illusory, that there's nothing to gain. That's why you dedicate the merit to all sentient beings to attain Buddhahood sooner, and then naturally you will become a Buddha too. Naturally, you would have attainment yourself. Now, do you understand? So the ways to liberation. One is liberation through the ultimate truth of emptiness, and liberation through non-phenomena, or understanding non-phenomena. And because due to non-phenomena, you're liberated. And then the third one, non-action, liberation through non-action. There are three ways to reach liberation. Emptiness, the ultimate truth of emptiness, of course, is liberation, and also non-phenomena. I don't understand this joke. But I don't know if you understand or not. I visited a client and trying to get to the elevator. When the doors open, a beautiful lady was on the right side, and then around her were all the men were around her on one side next to her. And I was thinking, oh, what a jerk. And then so I stood on the other side, and then I noticed that the lady did not zip up her whole dress. And then my legs automatically moved to her side too. Then now I admitted that a pig.
连衣裙拉链没拉上，什么意思？
So the whole
那为什么很多男生都站在他那一边
and not zip up? That's why all the
看他的背
men
后啊
were standing around her.
是这样吗？我就为什么一定要站在他后面呢？后面才看得到。
Why were they standing behind her so that they could see? Oh, then I'm dumb. I didn't understand.
听过一个笑话是这样子。
I heard a joke like this.
啊，一个先生回家以后啊，
A husband got home
这个脸上有2个耳光，
and slap mark on both of his cheeks. And the wife asked, "What happened?"
怎么有2个耳
He
光
was slapped
红红的这样子，这边
on
有
both
这边有
cheeks, all red.
先生就讲，
And the
说
husband
我是
said,
老实人，今天坐
I
公
was
车回
an
来的时候，
honest person when on the public bus.
我的前面
Right in front of
有
me
一个美女，
was a beautiful lady,
她这个胸前的拉链，
and the zipper on her
她刚
chest
好
were
很挤，
unzipped very
一直都快要
low,
碰到她的胸，
and it was very crowded, so her
好
nose
把她拉起来。
was right on her chest. So
所以那个
he
女
was
的就打她一个
so
耳光，
kind and zip
就她
up
觉得说，哎呀，
her
做
dress.
错了，
So she
就
slapped
把她
him,
的拉链给她拉
and then
掉，
he felt, oh, maybe I did it wrong.
又
So
被打一个耳光。
he pulled the zipper down again, and then she slapped him
这样
again.
子
So that's how he got 2 slaps on his cheeks.
"这个卖水果的小贩把一个西瓜
And the
卖给
fruit
一位小姐，
peddler sold a watermelon to a girl
西瓜很
and
熟了，
guaranteed that the watermelon is
很
ripe
甜。
and sweet.
当这个小姐骑车回家时，
And she got
这个
on
机车
her
打滑，
motorcycle,
西瓜呢就
and
掉到地
slip
上。
and the watermelon fell on the
她
ground
惊讶的
and
看到西瓜
cracked.
果肉
And she
是
was shocked
淡
to
粉
see
红色，
that
根本不
it's
熟。
very
所以
pale
她回
and
头
really
找小
raw,
贩
not
要
ripe.
求退货。
So she went back to
小
the
贩
peddler
却回说
and wanted a
人从
refund.
车上
And then
掉
the
下来
seller said,
脸都会
when a
吓坏。
human fell off a motorcycle, they would become very pale, and let alone the watermelon.
有笑话。老婆把钱管得很严，
The
家中
wife
有个保险箱，
The
密
wife
码只有她知道。
was very strict about
有一
money,
天，
and there's a safe at home,
向老婆
and
看
only she knows the code.
我问
And I needed the money one day, and
老婆
asked
讲，
for it from the wife, and she
那
agreed.
一天
So I asked her, "What's the code?" "Oh, it's the date of our first
我
kiss."
没有敢再问，
I didn't dare to
只
ask
好
more,
向我的朋友先
and I ended up borrowing money from my friend.
谁记得初吻是哪一天？
Who would remember the day of the first kiss?
好了，我们讲《维摩诘经》
Now we will
文殊师利
expound
问
Vimalakirti
习
Sutra.
品第5。
Manjushri's condolence visit, chapter 5.
接到了释迦牟尼佛的旨意，
So Manjushri
叫他去问，
accepted Sakyamuni Buddha's
就是说去看
request to visit Vimalakirti and inquire about his illness.
于
So
是
he's agreed.
众中诸菩萨大弟子，
And thus all the bodhisattvas, the great disciples, Lord Indra, Brahma, and the 4 heavenly kings,
这个时
and
候
all thought
这个在所有法会当中啊，有很多的菩萨，
in all the Dharma ceremonies, there were many bodhisattvas present, and Sakyamuni Buddha's disciples.
尸就是尸体横音，就是
Indra, which is Sakram,
刀立天的天主，
which is the king of the Triyatrimsa's heaven,
就是大梵，
and Brahma, which refers to the Mahabrahma,
还有四天王，
Deva,
就是四大天王，
and the 4 heavenly
多闻天、
kings or devas,
广目天、
Vaisravana, Virupaksa, Virudaka, Dastarastra,
还有很多很多的天人，
and many, many more heavenly
都
beings,
做思念，都是这样子想。
thought.
今天啊，
Now,
文殊师
today,
利
Manjushri
跟维摩诘
and Vimalakirti,
两个见面，
the two
一
will
定
meet
是非
each
常的
other.
精彩。
It would be
就是
really
讲说
marvelous.
他们两个菩萨，两个大菩萨，
These 2 great bodhisattvas, Manjushri Bodhisattva and the Vimalakirti great bodhisattva,
两个见面
seeing each
一定会
other,
谈话，
and then they would have a dialogue,
一定会讲出微
and
妙
they
的
would definitely say
这个时候啊，
very marvelous and sublime Dharma.
500个声闻，
So at that time, there are 8,000
的
bodhisattvas, 500 savakas,
数百数千的
and
天
thousands,
上的，
hundreds and thousands of heavenly
像这
beings
个尸体横音
like Sakran,
跟这个大
Indra,
梵天王，
Mahabrahma
天
Deva.
上的天人，
They were all considered
四
heavenly
天王也是
beings,
天上的天人，
and also the 4 heavenly kings
都愿意跟着
were
文殊
also
师利
heavenly
菩萨
beings.
跟所有诸菩萨大
All
弟子众
wanted to follow Manjushri
恭敬回
Bodhisattva,
入毕雅里大城。
and Manjushri Bodhisattva, and all the Bodhisattvas, the Buddha's great disciples, and the heavenly beings around them, revealingly entered the great city of Vaisali. At that time, I was thinking, whose house would be that big? Great city of Vaisali.
这个数百、数千、数万
Can accommodate hundreds, thousands, or hundreds of thousands of people. But Vimalakirti's residence, how could it house that many people? Although Vimalakirti was very wealthy, in the great city of Vaisali, we can consider him to be the richest person. There was the richest person in Hong Kong, halfway up the mountain, with huge residence. Not Li Kai Sing. Who? A huge residence halfway up the mountain. What's his name? Not Li Kai Sing. Who did you say?
对，好像是这个人。他说在香港最大的房子。
He stayed in the biggest house in Hong Kong. Not Li Kai Sing. He's rich, but he did not live in a huge residence. Li Zhaoji. His house, his residence was huge. I have gone up the hill there to the residence of Li Jiming, also big house. In the past, when I went to Hong Kong, Mrs. Lee always picked me up in a Rolls Royce. And I have visited her house, also huge, and halfway up the mountain. Now talking about the house, okay, not talking about the richest man. He's still the richest man till now, Li Kai-sing. But the huge residence, I heard, is really, really big. It can house about thousands of people, but maybe not hundreds of thousands of people, or tens of thousands of people. They all entered the great city of Vaisali and went to Vimalakirti's residence. I was thinking, was his house that big? 8,000 bodhisattvas, 500 sarvakas, and thousands of heavenly beings. Because the heavenly beings have illusory bodies, so they can become this tiny. So there are many transformations in this Vimalakirti Sutra. So at that time, the elder Vimalakirti thought in his heart, now Manjushri and the congregation is coming. He knew. Of course, Vimalakirti knew. And the whole assembly, including heavenly beings and all of Sakyamuni Buddha's disciples, everybody wanted to see what will happen when these two people are having a dialogue. What would they say? But let me tell you, if an unenlightened person would not understand what they're talking about, the dialogues that they had were all about the ultimate truth of emptiness. So what they talk about were all about the ultimate truth and none others. So at that time, the elder Vimalakirti had this thought in his heart. Now Manjushri and the congregation is coming. Then immediately he used his divine power to empty his room. And eliminate everything, furnitures, and moved out, and all the attendants disappeared. The only thing left is one bed, where he's laying on the bed in illness. So, just like when he's, as if he's ill, he's lying on the bed. Now Manjushri entered his room and discovered that it is empty except for a solitary man lying on the bed. that inside the room there's nothing except a bed, and he's all alone lying there, laying.
文殊师利进去了，看到这样子，也不讲。
So Manjusri entered the room and saw that and did not say
为什么
anything.
不讲话呢？
Why not?
因为只要一开口，
Because as soon as he opened his mouth, Vimalakirti would cut something wrong.
乖啊，
So when there would be, as soon as you open your mouth, there would be flaws.
他也不讲话，
So he did not say
他要
anything.
等维摩诘讲话。
He waited for Vimalakirti to speak.
维摩诘他是要讲话的。
Then Vimalakirti spoke.
这个时候，维摩诘就讲了：“善来，
And he said,
不
Welcome,
来相而
Manjusri.
来，不见相而见。
You're coming without the phenomena of coming and seeing without phenomena of seeing. What is this?
善来，释迦牟尼佛经常这样子讲，对弟子讲。善来，
Sakyamuni Buddha often said this to the disciples.
很好的，
Good
欢
Bhiksu,
迎你来，
good,
善来，欢
welcome,
迎你来。
welcome for coming.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming. 欢迎你来，就善来。
Welcome. Thank you for coming.
文殊师利，文殊师利菩萨，
Manjusri Bodhisattva
不来相而来，不见相而见。什么意思？
You're coming without phenomena of coming and seeing without phenomena of seeing. What does this mean?
不见相而见。不来相而来，不见相而见。我们以前呢、台湾有个广清
In the past, there was the elder monk Guangqing who said,
无气
No coming, no going,
无什么事。
nothing is the matter. Those are the phrases he said at the moment of his death. No coming, no going, nothing is the matter.
这是悟道的话，这是
Those are words of enlightenment.
这个不来相而来，不见相而
And
见。
coming without phenomena of coming and seeing without phenomena of seeing. These are also words of enlightenment, which are also Zen koan.
就叫禅机。
This is a Chinese pun.
就不来而来，
Coming without coming.
不见而见。
Seeing without
不
seeing.
要把相把它丢掉，不来而来。
Just discard the phenomena. Coming without coming, seeing without seeing.
你根本就没有来，但是你
Basically, you do not come,
你
but you
根
have
本没有
come.
见，我们两个根本没有见，但是你
Fundamentally, we don't see each other, but we see each other.
只是表示
So,
又是有，
this signifies there are existences and also
不来
emptiness.
而来。
Coming without coming.
本来你来了就等于没有来，
So, by your coming is the same as
你
not
看到
coming.
了就等于没有看到。
By seeing is the same as not seeing.
事实上，这娑婆世界也是这样子的。
In reality, the Saha world is this way
娑婆世
too.
界也是这样子。
It's the same with the
我
Saha
们
world.
根本没有来期，
We do not come and we do not go.
我们本身在娑婆世界
We are in the Saha
也是
world,
无来无去。
are no coming and no
过去
going.
的你在哪里？
Where
你哪里有
where
过去？
is the you of the
你说，
past?
好
Nothing.
啦，
Nowhere.
师尊已经
Is there a past?
快80了，
No. Grandmaster is almost 80.
以卢生燕在哪里？
80 years ago, where was Sung Yen Lu? None.
这80年中间是有啦，
And then during the 80 years, there is Sung Yen
过
Lu.
了80以后，
And after 80 years,
说不定哪一年你又没有了，
at whatever year, whichever year, then you'll be gone too.
那你到底有没有来？
So did you come? Did you actually come?
没有来，没有去啊。
No
只是
coming and no
这中
going.
间
It's just this
有而已，其他时间
a little bit
都没有
in the middle, but not at any other time. You
地球上的人，
will not
每一个
exist.
人都是一样的。
And it's the same for every person on earth.
每一个人都是一样的，
Everyone is the same.
所以其实也没有什么好争的啦。
That's why there's
看现在
nothing
在
to
选
fight
总统
about.
真的好厉害。
You
这
know,
世界上
now
只有3个东西啊，
to fight for presidency,
Either
there are
it's
only
pride,
3 things that's very tempting in the world. One is money,
要选总统
second is sensual pleasures, and
真的要
third
命
is
在
fame.
选举
To be elected the president is just for name,
2个都不让，
like the Taiwanese election,
那个就是。
president and vice presidency.
那你
And
每
they
天在生
don't
活上班下
they
班
don't want to give
做
up.
什么？是
That's for
财啊
name. And every day you earn a living, you
是呢。
work
你当然
for
啦
what? For money.
要装扮得很漂亮啊。
And then looks and sensual pleasures, right? You have to make
是有一
yourself
天
look
呢，
good.
你这个社会
But
不
one
见
day,
了
this look will be gone too.
所以根本没有什么美跟丑，你根本就不
That's
见
why
了
there's
怎么
no
会有美跟
so-called
丑？
beautiful or ugly.
钱也一样啊，
Because even you are
钱都不
gone,
见
so
了。
what's
哪有
beautiful
什
or
么
what's
好不
ugliness?
好？
The same with the money. You're gone, so
有一天呢，
what's
你名也不见了。
wealth or not?
到现在
And
还有
one day
人在
your
谈
name is gone too.
孔
Until
子
now, we still talk about Confucius.
还有这个中国的历史里面很多的伟人，你记得几个？
But there are many great people in the China's history. How many do you
这个
remember?
几百个国家，
And then all over the world with
记
hundreds
得
of
哪
countries.
几个总统？
How many presidents do you remember?
没有，
Not many.
因为
None.
名都会不见的。
So even
所以
names
财色
will
名，
disappear.
名它，
Wealth, names, and sensual pleasures.
你能够
If you're
悟到了，
tempted
你就知道
and
什么样
attached to them, then you're mundane beings. But if you're
一
enlightened,
见相而
then
见，
you would know coming without coming, or coming without phenomena of coming, and seeing without phenomena of seeing.
你不来而来。
Coming
你本
without
来就
coming.
文殊师利呀，你本来就在虚
Manjusri,
空的，
originally you were in the sky,
你本来是不来的，你现在
and
来了。
originally you were not coming, but now you have come, so coming without coming.
何必来见呢？
Originally you were in the space. Why
不见而见，
do we need to meet? But now you come to see me, so we are seeing without seeing.
维摩诘第一句话就是这样子讲。
This is the first sentence Vimalakirti spoke.
不见而见，这只有
Coming without coming and seeing without
他听得
seeing.
懂这句话。
Only Manjusri Bodhisattva would understand.
空，一个是有。
One is emptiness, the other one is existence. Emptiness and existence, existence and emptiness.
这个叫做禅机。
And this is
看
called
文
the
殊师利怎么
Zen
回答？
Koan.
文殊师利要怎么答？
So let's see what Manjusri replied. It has to
文殊师
match.
利言
So Manjusri said, So it is, lay Buddhist master.
若来已更不来。
With coming, there is no coming.
若去已更不去。
And with going, there is no going.
文殊师利他就会答。
Manjushri knew how to answer. That's how you should answer.
我来了
With coming,
就等于没有
then there
来。
is no coming. My coming is the same as not coming.
我去了，也就等于
My
没有
going
去。
is the same as not going.
我来就等于没有来，我去了就等于没有去。
So my coming is the same of not
为
coming,
什么
and
是这样呢？
with going is not the going. And Manjushri explained
来则
further,
无所
why is that so?
无所从来，去则无所
There is no place one comes from, and there is no place one goes to.
所可见则更不可见。
And those that can be seen cannot be seen.
这就是文殊师利的解释。来无所从来，我
So
来
this is
到
the
你
explanation of
这
Manjushri.
就等于是
My coming here
没有从哪个地方来。
is the same as I'm not coming from any place. I was in this empty
来
space.
不来都是一样的。
So coming or not coming is the
去
same.
则无所至，我去了
And the
也
place
是说无所不在，我去了也是
that
无
I
所
go
不在。
to is also everywhere.
所可见则更不可见。
And those that can be seen cannot be seen. Although now I've seen you,
但是这个看也等于没有看到。
but the seeing is the same as not seeing.
所谓两个高手过
This is
招
the answer of
这就
Manjushri
叫高
Buddhism.
手过招。他们
So
本身
these are the real experts having a dialogue, because they both understood the ultimate truth of emptiness.
都是高手。
And this is how they had exchanges, and there are many
如果你不
more
明白
following.
有跟空的道理，
If you don't understand the concept of existences and emptiness,
空
that existence is just a temporary illusion,
你
and
证得到
emptiness is the ultimate
空
truth.
你证得到空的话，你证明了
When you can prove or confirm emptiness, and you have entered into the realm
你
of
就不会有
emptiness,
什么执着。
then you will not have any attachments
有执
whatsoever.
着是因为你没有空掉自己。
And you have attachments because you have not emptied yourself.
总以为
And you always think
这个变来变去啊，这世界变来变去，
that the world is
有会变成
changing
有
all the
没有会
time,
变成有。
that existence become non-existence, non-existence become existence.
都会
It's changing back and forth, and then in the future we will continue.
我们今天
And
先讲到这里。
we will all talk about
来
it.
则
That's all for
无
today.
所从来，去则无所至。
There is no
所可见
place
则更不可见。
I come from, and there's no place I go to. Those that can be
这样
seen
我
cannot
解
be
释
seen.
大家明白吗？
Now do you understand my explanation?
没有一样东西是实在的。
There is not a
在
thing
娑婆
that
世界
is
你所看到
real.
的没有一样
Everything that you see in the Saha world is unreal, is not real.
阿弥陀佛。
Amitabha.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Om Mani Padme Hum.